we're recording. I'm going to get started at 6:30, and we have a little bit through tonight, just because we are the one. This is our last Zoom, just because we've got holidays coming up, which means we won't get our third Zoom for this unit in. So let me screen share. We are continuing on with ensure the health and safety of the children, but we are jumping back down to element 2 and element 3 for tonight. So we'll see if we can get through all of it. If we can't, we'll have a little look at it in class, but I think we should be right. I did condense it a lot, purely because these two things that we're going to look at, we are quite familiar with. You'll be doing it every single day, and we went over it a lot in the cert as well. So the very first unit element, is element 2, which is provide for each child's comfort. So you've got 2.1, ensure the groupings of children are configured to provide for each child's comfort and minimise the risk of overcrowding. 2.2, which is make sure physical spaces are available for children to engage in rest and quiet activities. And 2.3, offer a range of active and restful experiences for children and support them to make appropriate decisions regarding participation. So first thing I want to talk about is planning for individual sleep. What kind of things should we take into account when preparing a child for sleep?
If they're ready for sleep.
Sorry, what was that, Em?
If they're ready for sleep.
Yeah, so their individual sleep times, yep.
They've got comforters, routines.
Comforters,
Bottles.
routines. Good.
The children.
Yep, taking into the other children in the room.
And like where they're placed in the room to sleep.
Yes, good one. Environment, yes, well done, Shai. What were you going to say, Abby?
Comfortable like temperature of the room, and top to towel the kids so that they're not breathing on each other.
Oh, that's a good one. It's a really good one, hygienic one. What about how close should the beds be to each other? Do we know?
I always like to so you can sit in between them.
Oh yeah, yep. It's recommended about 10 centimetres of space, 5 to 10 centimetres, just so that the beds or the stuff isn't touching. Again, more just hygienic things. Oh, someone's drawing on that.
Sorry.
So some of the things, the way to optimise a sleep environment are things like turning the lights off or dimming them. Obviously, we don't want to have it extremely dark because that could be a safety risk. Soft music and soft voices, a comfortable temperature. What is the recommended temperature?
22, is it?
Yep, 22, but it's 22 and there's a bit of a range.
18.
Yeah, 18 to 22. Anything in that space is considered the desirable temperature all year round as well. Having a calmed and relaxed routine, so not rushing it. And children not sleeping are offered quiet and interesting areas of play. Aromatherapy, so things like essential oils and stuff like that. And having all their beds prepared, clean sheets and comfort items and stuff like that. So there's a couple of ideas for sleep and rest relaxation areas. What kind of things do you guys do at your service?
Music.
Sorry, for the children that don't sleep, sorry.
Like painting, Play-Doh, we go outside, like threading with beads, reading books.
Good. Anything different?
Usually some arts and craft because there's not as many kids attacking the table at once.
Yeah. Quiet time activities, should I say? Yeah, good. That'd be
In the kinder room, none of them sleep, but they do a quiet time. And sometimes this music's played and it's like, rest your head, and then it tells them to rest their ears and then rest your, like, and it goes all the way down the body. And it's just really calming. It's kind of like, I don't know, what a shrink would give you if you were struggling to sleep.
There's some really good apps and stuff that talk about turning off parts of your body. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's really good for helping the child relax and really focus on parts of their body and stuff. That's pretty cool, Abby. Shy's cooking tea, but she also said lay on a bed with a book. And Mel's have quiet activities set up where there are only one or children at a time. So some ideas that you might be able to implement into your service when you go back, if you don't already do them, are getting the children to read with your eyes, let your ears listen. So encourage the children to rest their eyes and provide a range of rest time reading books for them to lay reading or lying down, or you can tell a story in a slow, calm way or play an audio storybook. There's lots of them, but there's one that I have put on there. Music to fall asleep to. I think most of us all already do this because it just kind of dulls any, outside noise from other rooms and stuff like that. But there's obviously music is quite relaxing, and there's traditional lullabies where you have nature sounds and some even like white noise. And different ones work for different groups of children. So a bit of trial and error might work there as well. There are some, if you go on things like Spotify and that, you can actually get some free streaming music stream through things like relaxational music for children. So there's this Daniel Goldman is like a kind of like a child wellfulness specialist, and he has this really great exercise, and it's really, really good for the children. It's quite relaxing for us as well, but you put like a beanbag or any kind of soft teddy on your stomach, and you lie down and you get the children to watch them go up and down. And it's really good because, one, it's a breathing exercise and it encourages the children to breathe from their diaphragm, not just shallow breath. So they've got to really breathe low and deep to get that bunny to move up and down. And they kind of watch it go up. So they've got to control their breathing as well, too fast, and the thing falls off. So it's really, really good for things like that. And I have included a little link there that I can pop this slide up when we finish, and you'll be able to access that as well. So it's really, really important that we have designated quiet areas where a child can go at any time of the day. Now, we did speak a lot about this in our CERT class, and it's something that we should all be doing always. That's why we're only going to briefly go over it. But making it cozy, whether you put tents in there or, what do you call it? Kind of like the sheets or the netting, anything that kind of makes that cozy environment, pillows, bean bags, soft toys, books, anything like that, that's going to allow them to rest or get away from all the loud noises. Now, often we put books in there for the younger children, but sometimes they won't really pick up a book or use a book without